Oh, yes, but I want to get back to the fun stuff. You already know that I'm great. So, okay, I got to get back to fun stuff. Like in television, like Dobie, we were just talking about Dobie. Dobie do. Yeah, Chadwick Osborne Jr., he used to say, Dobie do. That was Chadwick Osborne Jr. He was kind of a fruity guy. Dobie do. He replaced Milton Armourage. Well, okay, but we got to get back to the fun stuff now. Okay, the fun stuff. I always say fun stuff. Fun, baby. And then I go off on this mean, rotten stuff. I'm talking about mean, rotten, no good people. I mean, Traci-The Trailer Trash Girl is the meanest, most rottenest girl in the world. But she's allowed to be, because she's the most beautiful girl in the world. So she's allowed to be the meanest and most rottenest girl in the whole world. Traci-The Trailer Trash Girl is allowed to. Yes, she is. She's allowed to. Okay, now we want to get back to the fun stuff, okay? The fun stuff, okay? Now, there's this one theme song, this television theme song, that I've got to do. I've got to do this one. From the Patty Duke Show. I mean, they talked about it in like the movie Mr. Saturday Night with Billy Crystal. There was a movie made about 20 years or so ago, like Mr. Saturday Night, where Billy Crystal, he played Buddy Young Jr., this Jewish New York comic who was all messed up in real life, but he was this mean, well, that's a good thing about it. He was this mean ogre, New York Jewish comic named Buddy Young Jr. Billy Crystal played him. Well, they talked about the show in the movie. Billy Crystal, he said, I remember Patty Duke. I remember the Patty Duke Show. She sang, our Patty likes to rock and roll. A hot dog makes her lose control. And he says, a hot dog makes her lose control. What kind of a girl is that, a hot dog? Well, I guess he didn't understand what they meant by hot dog. They meant weenie. Wiener. I mean, a good wiener makes any girl lose control. A good weenie. And I'm really liberal as far as that's concerned, because I'm willing to take 8 inches, nothing less. And 8 inches isn't great, but I'm really liberal. And if you're below 8 inches, you're poopy dirt in your weenie. So what they meant was weenie makes her lose control. He thought they meant the food, the hot dog. He said, a hot dog? A hot dog makes Patty Duke lose control. Oh, yes. That show was on in the 1960s. And, well, I can do some of that. What I remember of it, I remember some of it. Well, they were identical cousins. Patty Duke played her identical cousin, Kathy. Okay, so the song went something like, here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Santa Bar to Barclay Square. But our Patty likes to rock and roll. A hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet. But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, as different as night and day. Where Kathy adores a minuet, the Valley Rube and Grape Doucette. Our Patty loves to rock and roll, a hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet, but they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. They laugh alike, they talk alike, they even walk alike. Oh, you can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind. When cousins are two of a kind. They laugh alike, they walk alike, they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind. Well, as Billy Crystal talked about in that movie, Mr. Saturday Night Live, Mr. Saturday Night, I almost said Mr. Saturday Night Live, well, that's a different story. Mr. Saturday Night, where he played Buddy Young Jr., he said, well, besides the hot dog, he didn't understand the hot dog thing. That meant wiener. Wiener makes any girl lose control. Ha ha ha! Traci-The Trailer Trash Girl is the one who loses control the most over wieners. Ha ha! Ha ha! Ha ha! I mean, they drive Traci-The Trailer Trash Girl crazy. And, well, more so than any girl in the world. And he like I said, he thought hot dog meant the hot dog on a bun, a sausage roll on a bun or whatever, and that's not what it meant. But he also made another point in that movie. He said, identical cousins, why, that's not possible. That's not biologically possible. I mean, today, that was in the 1960s, but today with cloning, I mean, you can make identical people with cloning. I mean, they should, I mean, they should clone Traci-The Trailer Trash Girl. I mean, one Traci-The Trailer Trash Girl isn't enough for the world. You gotta have millions and millions and millions of Traci-The Trailer Trash Girl, and then everybody would be fine and happy and having fucking sex and doing everything they want to do and happy and fun. If you clone Traci-The Trailer Trash Girl and made her the clone of the world, and have all Traci-The Trailer Trash Girl. Ha ha ha. Well, you gotta have the men, so the men would be in their glory. They'd never see an ugly girl again. If you had all Traci-The Trailer Trash Girls cloned, never, 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 never would they ever, 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 ever see an ugly girl again. Never, never. And so you got to clone Traci-The Trailer Trash Girl. So it's possible today, but it wasn't possible back then. So Billy Crystal and Buddy Young Jr. in that movie, Mr. Saturday Night Live, he was right identical cousins. I mean, how can you have identical cousins? I mean, that's not possible. That really is not possible. So he was right there. But like I said, one of my all-time favorite classic shows was The Rockford Files. The Rockford Files, because Jim Rockford, he lived in a trailer. But the only thing was, he lived like in a nice trailer, was furnished, had nice walls, nice paneling, trailer. I mean, you can't live in a trailer that has nice paneling and furniture. You gotta live in one that's all full of shit, like Traci-The Trailer Trash Girl. I mean, Traci-The Trailer Trash Girl trailer is full of shit. And you gotta live in that kind of a trailer. But at least that was a start. It was a start. I mean, this trailer was like down by the ocean in Los Angeles, Pacific Ocean. And it was dumpy on the outside. It wasn't too bad on the outside. It needed a little more dents in it. It needed to be smashed up a little more, but it wasn't too bad. Not too bad on the outside, but the inside of furnished and paneled walls and all that crap. I mean, Traci-The Trailer Trash Girl. I mean, the first 3 episodes we did of Traci-The Trailer Trash Girl, you saw the inside of it. It's nothing but shit in there. Shit. It's full of shit. Yes, it is. And that's cool, baby. Really cool. Like, totally awesome. I mean, it is so awesome, baby. Just totally, totally, like, awesome. Awesome. You'd have a trailer that's full of shit. And so that was one of the shows where the main character, I don't know if there were any other ones because I haven't been following recent television who lived, but I doubt it because they're trying to make people look cool on television, smart and handsome when they're really not. I mean, television is not real except for Traci-The Trailer Trash Girl. Even the realistic television shows are not real. I mean, this is a realistic television show. Realistic. PCTV is really here is my shitty trailer that's full of shit. And it's also real and baby, and you know it. But the other television shows, they're full of shit. I mean, full of shit. So baby, so that was a start, like I said, the Rockford Files. I love that theme song too. It didn't have words. It went da 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 da. So, I mean, that was cool. I mean, and Rockford, he was a good-looking guy, and so that's cool, a good-looking guy living in a trailer, but he's got to shit it up a bit. He got to really get that trailer, really shit it up a bit to have a cool-looking trailer like Traci-The Trailer Trash Girl. Traci-The Trailer Trash Girl has that cool looking trailer. But, you know, television did one thing right, and the show didn't last. There was this one show called Buffalo Bill. It was Dabney Coleman from 9 to 5, who played the boss, Mr. Hart. I didn't see too much of it, but the show was cool because it was off after only a few episodes, like 4 or 5 episodes. He played like disc jockey or something. I'm not sure exactly what he played, but the thing about the show was he was a villain. He was a bad guy. The leader, the main character in that show, I think it was called Buffalo Bill with Dabney Coleman, like in the 80s or something. He was a villain, a bad guy. So, I mean, television was starting to come along then, having the main character be a bad, evil guy.